Move your floral styling to the next level by trying a Japanese style of floral design called Ikebana. This method really captures the eye. It's meant to reflect nature, harmony, peace, and beauty. The design formula is easy to achieve and fun to play with, according to our friend Ashleigh Rose. She stopped by to walk us through this concept of Ikebana. It's always such a treat to see you lovely lady, and I'm excited to learn. So what is Ikebana?
Okay, Ikebana is the Japanese floral design art form.
Okay.
It's really like, along with calligraphy and the tea ceremony, Ikebana is up there as one of their most treasured art forms.
It's a cultural tradition,
then. It is, yes.
Okay, and describe it aesthetically. What are we looking at?
I want to say it's asymmetry while trying to achieve balance with flowers.
Ooh, what a challenge.
Yeah.
What a challenge. So if I were to try this at home, you're going to show us some examples and walk us through what it looks like, how to accomplish it. What supplies might I need?
Okay, supplies, the biggest thing is you need a kenzan. Now, that's what they call them in Japan, is a kenzan. We know them as a flower frog or a pin frog.
Our name is not nearly as romantic.
It is not nearly as romantic. Now, it's important that you have a really heavy, strong industrial pin frog, or your flowers are going to tip over.
I remember the first time I picked one of these up, I think in an antique store, and I was like, whoa, it's a weight. I mean, they have weight to them.
Yes, they're very heavy. Now, these are from a really special place. These are made in the U.S. From the sole remaining manufacturer of U.S. pin frogs.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, they're called Harmony Harvest, and they're in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia.
Wow.
And they have a flower farm, and the pin frogs are made right there on the flower farm.
And they're the only manufacturer?
Only remaining manufacturer in the United States.
Wow, because these have a history here too. I mean, they go back generations.
They do, and it's really amazing. So we're going to use some of these pin frogs today in all of our arrangements. But the important thing is, number one, with a pin frog, you can remove stems and trim them, which when you're using floral foam, you can't do that. Once you take a stem out of the foam, you've left a hole, and now it's hard to reposition that stem.
So this is forgiving.
This is forgiving. You can take it out. I can trim all my stems when I change the water, and now everything takes on new water, and it helps the longevity of the arrangement.
Okay, so we do need scissors, and suddenly my kitchen shears are looking really sad compared to your
aren't these beautiful?
Those are gorgeous.
These are from Bare Bones Living, absolutely gorgeous. They were a gift from one of my flower farmer friends. So something really sharp, because you're constantly trimming the flowers to an exact length. And that's the other thing that the kenzan or the pin frog is going to allow you to do, is angle things on its side. So that the flowers, they lay at a precise angle, which is part of the creative fun of Ikebana.
It does, I would imagine, looking over your beautiful examples here in studio, it requires sort of a different creative eye. Like, this isn't your traditional floral arrangement, obviously, but we're kind of bending and breaking some floral rules.
A little bit, and part of it is about rules. So when you do a traditional Ikebana, you do have tight constraints in which you're supposed to follow.
Tell us.
Which is the fun, okay? You need 3 elements in every arrangement. One stem, the longest, in the middle, and this is to represent heaven. So each one of our arrangements here has this stem. It's sort of asymmetrically off to one side. The tallest stem and right in the middle-ish. It's like 10 degrees, okay? The next stem is to represent heaven. And this comes off to about, I think, 40 degrees. Yeah, that's right, 40 degrees. And our last one is human. And this is the one that really lends that asymmetric balance, 70 degrees on the opposite side of heaven and earth.
We have heaven, earth, and human.
Heaven, earth, and human.
Represented. Wow, how lovely is
So
that?
see, it's kind of asymmetrical with more grouping over here, but balanced off by this shorter, longer stem off to the side.
Okay, all right, point out some other features, or point out how you've kind of curated this color palette.
Okay, so I want to start over here. This is really fun. Now, some of these blooms are not what you would get in an average market bouquet, right? This anthurium and the blushing bride and stuff, these are something that a florist could get. But I do love how you can add things at different heights throughout the arrangement, as long as your 3 main, remember, heaven, earth, and human are clearly visible and within the spaces they're supposed to be. Now, this is like, has more of an American palette. It isn't perfect,
Yeah.
but we're trying to stay within those constraints and be creative within the rules.
Okay, what's this lily pad looking flower?
This is an anthurium.
Wow, that's so pretty. The
Isn't
color
it fun?
is so striking.
And you
yeah.
can, here's the great thing, if you don't find anthurium in the place where you normally buy flowers, it's going to be hard to find at a farmer's market or a grocery store, but you can go to a local florist. They will have them, or in the plant department. House plants.
Okay.
If you think about it, you're like, I've seen this before, right?
Which is a growing department.
Right.
We're getting really passionate about our houseplants.
Yes, they're in the houseplant department, and you just go and snip the anthurium stems, and then you have something to put inside of an arrangement.
Okay, tell me about this beautiful arrangement.
This is using lily and dahlias. These are all farm fresh dahlias and farm fresh zinnia. And so same thing, same concept. The 3 stems where they should be, and then the smaller grouping down below to kind of, you know, show off the fact that it's a sizable vase.
And mechanically, what's happening inside is the stems are just kind of attached to that flower frog, and they're floating in kind of a shallow pond of water.
They are, I know, I wish I could show you guys, but pretty much this is the same size. So you figure this huge vessel and this sizable arrangement is all held together with this.
That's amazing.
And I love that you don't need very many flowers.
Yeah.
In a market bouquet from, you know, a farmer or just, you know, a Saturday farmer's market, it's not tons and tons of flowers. You would need probably 5 or 6 bouquets to fill a vessel that size.
Right. So,
but if you use Ikebana, 1 bouquet fills up a beautiful amount of space.
Yeah, it becomes a creative challenge and an economical option if you're trying to bring fresh flowers to an event. Ashleigh, you are so wonderful to share your passion and your expertise with us, pushing us in creative ways. Where can we see and hear more inspiration from you?
So I'm on Instagram at Mona Lisa Fair, so follow along. We do flowers every day and talk about all the ways to use them in your garden and your home.
You will be swept up in her passion. It's so contagious through the screen. Thank you so much. Great
You're
to see you.
welcome.